somebody will pull a gun on you? Ladies? You think somebody will pull a gun on you or shoot at you one day?
What did she say?
Anything can happen.
So we're on the heels of Georgia school shooting that happens and no gun lock. The father actually gave him a gun, bought him a gun.
Yeah.
And so, again, we really, based on all the hands, and it's kind of like an anticipation that we fear, we have the trauma, the anxiety of being shot, cars coming down the street, the lights, the windows down. We're not thinking that it was hot outside, but is there anything in lieu of the locks? Cause it's secondary for us.
Yes.
Post, after the fact. But is there something in place that actually can help heal us? For those who already been shot, for those of us who already had murdered loved ones, the guns don't seem like they're gonna stop coming in. In the state of California, they sell over 1 million guns a year. In 1 year, 1 million guns. And then I did a study, probably 200,000 of those guns go stolen. And then I did a report, you know how many got reported stolen last year? 59. 59 people called and said, my gun was stolen.
And that's probably only registered gun, where folks probably felt safe that they could report that. But, you know, as, you know, someone who's also experienced gun violence, you know, how do you heal from that? Personally, you know, me, honestly, I'll just be frank and just say, you know, I gotta just talk about it. I gotta find safe people to talk about, but at the same time, like the young lady said, anything can happen. And today, anything can happen. I don't go to the malls or out and about like I used to, anything can happen, right? So it is a scary time that we're living in. And I would hope that at some point we can flip that, but there is a lot of guns. There's a ton of guns that were sold and purchased legally, on paper, especially during the pandemic. There was so many going around, we saw that. And so just given that context, we should expect these numbers to go up of injuries or mortality, deaths due to gunfire. But shouldn't be like that, but I think, definitely, you know, the counseling, finding those safe spaces. And then for me, I think it was just a matter of, you know, convening with my family to try to heal ourselves and figure out, you know, what else could we have done to have changed things. Because both losing members, but also having members take life. It's, you know, it's a terrible double-edged sword.
The part two of that was registered gun owners. So you have registered gun owners who the gun got stolen, they didn't know about it, their nephew took it, the nephew went out and killed somebody. Get caught, get arrested, they find the gun, they go to trial, send him to prison, and gives the owner back the gun. There's no liability for the registered owner, but if your dog get loose and bite somebody or kill somebody, you go into jail, but the registered owner gets their gun back.
Yeah.
It's recycled. So is there any measures in place to say, being a responsible gun owner, like a dog owner, it seems like that would be more important?
I think more and more, I think like, it's like, maybe, I don't know if you're getting at this, but maybe at the legislative level, the policy level, right? I think if we start seeing more cases where parents are being held responsible for their kids' actions when it comes to, you know, firearms, I think that we need to lobby for policy like that, where, you know, something's got, that gun should not go back into recycling, back into the world. Something's gotta give. I don't know what that answer is, honestly, but that's not, you know, my level, but I think that gun maybe should not be returned maybe, but then the owner's gonna say, well, I didn't do it, they took it from me, they stole it from me, my car, from my home, why am I being punished? So I think there's gotta be more discussion on that, but I think that's definitely a policy issue that probably needs to be addressed with, those shakers that are up at those levels. I can only say, like, guns that are taken to do bad things with them without somebody's knowledge, how do you know? But if I lock my dog up and my dog gets out, I did the responsible thing, I locked my dog up, but it got out, I'm gonna be in trouble. So, to your point, like, why aren't we applying something similar to that, to firearms? So, which can, which not just, injure, but can kill somebody, so, good question, so, thank you. Anything else?
Anything else? Thank you very much.
Yes, I'll leave some postcards here. The gun locks are here. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my business cards here. Reach out to me. Twin also knows how to get a hold of me. Miss Kat as well, Barbara. And whatever, however we can be of service. We are the county. I work for Office of Violence Prevention, Department of Public Health. I am responsible to you as a local government advocate. What am I? Ambassador. So anyway, I'll leave my business cards here. Feel free to reach out. Any questions or concerns or questions even after the back of your I'll leave you guys.
Anything else? Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Thanks,
we'll
Al.
drive safely.
I will. Thank you.
So I thought we would just, since we have this time, we kind of opened it up about guns. First, since I am mental health and it is Suicide Prevention Week, and I want to emphasize this point about suicide and guns, right? Many, they're like, just if we want to talk about gender here, typically women attempt suicide with drugs or something like that that's less lethal. But what do the men and the boys do? Guns. So there are a lot fewer attempts, but who has more deaths? The boys, right? And this community here has one thing that in mental health has been really good is it's traditionally had a low suicide rate, okay, compared to the rest of the country. But that's changing. How is it changing? Suicides are going up, and what area is that's going up? It's not the old folks, it's the young men, okay? Young men in this room, that's where we're seeing more suicide. So if someone comes and says something to you about thinking about suicide, right? What do? That's the question. Your friend, your somebody, your brother, somebody comes to you and, they're down, they can't get out of bed, whatever, they're just sulking around. Hey, how's it going? And they're like, what do you think? And they're like, well, well, and then you ask them, are you thinking of hurting yourself? And what if they say yes? What do? Anybody have any ideas? 988, right?
Get them some help.
Get them some help, yeah.
Ask them if you can help them.
Ask them if you can help them, right? And listen to them, right? We want to listen to them. As an older guy, what's my instinct? As an older parent, I want to tell them what to do. Oh, no, get over it. You've got a great future. You do this. I want to start talking. But that's absolutely the wrong thing to do. The thing you want to do is start listening. Okay? So that's it. 988, ask them if you can help and start listening. Okay? And here you gun locks. So I just wanted to open this up about guns. I want to start by saying, we have mixed feelings, that is different feelings about almost everything, right?
Yes.
Even though, like in my family growing up, there was one thing that we were not allowed to have mixed feelings about, and that was my mother's cooking. Okay, my mother was a wonderful, spectacular cook, and that was the rule, right? And everybody, oh my God, Mom, thank you so much. This meal is so great. It's like the family worship service. And then it was years later when my kid said like, oh, we're going to grandma's house. Like, oh my God, don't make me eat that bloody chicken. And it like dawned on me, my mom's a terrible cook. Right, so we have mixed feelings about like even our moms, right? We love our moms, but there are certain things, maybe not. And as a parent, our kids, right? Love my kids, I totally love my kids, but they aren't perfect, okay? So we have mixed feelings, right? And we have mixed feelings about guns, right? So I thought we could kind of talk about our mixed feelings about guns. So luckily, Quinn's gonna help me out. So we think we should start with things we like about guns.
Things you like about guns. First of all, let me talk about these locks before I get to
Yeah.
I don't want nobody thinking this and thinking about using for other things like handcuffs. But yeah, I think guns are dangerous when you're not educating them. I think the main key to gun violence is educating yourself on gun violence, because we don't understand how a gun operates. And my dad, he was in the service. And so he found me and my brother gun. He took it from us. He said, but the only way I give it back to you, you gotta show me how to take it apart and put it back together and make me understand what this gun can do, how it can harm somebody. Because most people don't know that a gun can kill you. No matter, you can look at TV, watch all the movies you want, play with guns. You still, as a young age, you still don't know the effects that this gun can actually take somebody's life. And that's just a thought that we have grown up. You're playing cowboys or cops and robbers, seeing your buddies walking around with guns hanging. We take it as like, if I shoot this person, there's nothing gonna happen to him until it actually happens. And I came to the realization, I think I was about 14, a friend of mine was killed. And that's when I fully understand that this gun can kill somebody. They ain't coming back. And I think we take for granted that I have this gun for protection, when in reality it could be you just scared to die. And that's most of the time we run around with a weapon because I don't want to die. But I think the main thing is educating yourself on guns, how they operate and what